Good afternoon, everyone. Let's all settle down. I don't have a lot of time, so I'll be quick about it. Just curious, how many of you are aware that there's a lot of commerce happening on the B2B side of things? So a lot of us are primarily focused on our experiences on the Flipkarts, the Amazons, the marketplaces, or direct, to consumer marketing, to consumer commerce. But there's a lot of work, there's a lot of commerce happening on the B2B side of things. So what I'm going to talk about today essentially is, from our experience with different retailers, what we have realized need to be the key drivers for B2B commerce success, and also some of the common pain areas. And at the end, I'll touch upon some of the key trends which are shaping up. So from our experience with B2B commerce, what we realized is that B2B commerce in the past used to be very, very neglected when it came to the user experience. There were always clunky user interfaces made specifically for desktops. Nobody was thinking about your B2B users in terms of defining a premium user experience. But as has been the theme throughout the event, right? We've all talked about how user experience is driving commerce, how user experience is the key. Even with unified commerce, we just talked about how a unified view of the customer allows you to enable differentiated user experience. So that, from my perspective, is one of the biggest things that we need to take care of to make sure that our B2B implementations are successful. We can no longer give the users an interface that when they compare to their B2B experiences online, they find a big difference. Because B2C is setting the benchmark. If I have an ease of use on my regular online experience, why can my B2B system not have that ease of use? That is the question a lot of the customers are asking. So it needs to be intuitive. It needs to make sure that the same attention to detail which has gone in to make a B2C experience less number of clicks, more number of conversions, that same ease of use needs to come for your B2B experience as well. So very, very important. And that directly leads into the second slide. Essentially, it is the ease of use. So one key aspect which is different between B2B and B2C is, as a retailer, you want your B2C customers to spend a lot of time on your site. But the same does not apply, the same does not hold true for your B2B customers. You don't want your B2B customers to be bogged down trying to order. They know what they want to order. You want to make it really quick for them to order. They have their lists all sorted out. You want to allow them to punch it out quickly. That is the driver. So the ease of use is critical, and no longer is the ease of use and the experience going to be limited to one channel, like either a desktop sitting in an office. Your users should be able to interact with your platforms across all channels. They should be able to order on the phone. They should be able to call in on an order. They should be able to effectively use your B2B system as seamlessly as a B2C system. So that is very critical. And unless that is implemented right, it doesn't really help your B2B implementation to be successful. The next slide, very quickly, the common features, which I think anybody who's been in this space would know that a lot of platforms offer this. So I'll very quickly rush through this. Common pain areas. So when I talk about pain areas, in our experience, what we've realized is that businesses need to spend a lot more time trying to make the onboarding journey very easy. So if I'm actually rolling out a B2B system for my partners, I have to invest heavily in the partners getting onboarded onto the system very seamlessly. Because if my partners are not happy with their onboarding journey, do you think they will use the system downstream? If my partners have not got enough training to be successful with the platform that I've rolled out, how successful is the platform going to be? So the common pain areas are something that you should all look at anytime that you go into a B2B implementation. You have to evangelize self-service. You have to evangelize the customers using the platform You have to make sure that you are doing your reconciliations at the right place. That is very, very essential, because otherwise you do not, really have success with your B2B rollouts. And very quickly, to look at the latest trends that we are seeing. So the B2B journey is very different when it comes to, payments, reconciliations. It's a long cycle. You have different payment terms. You have different, credit terms that you have. Some people will pay you in 30 days. Some will pay you in 60 days. One of the trends that we have realized is retailers want their B2B systems to allow people to, quickly settle old invoices. So that's a feature that even though I have a 30-day payment term, even though I can get credit if I'm nearing the end of my credit limit, is there a quick way I can actually, settle something and make the next order? Do I still need to send have the entire reconciliation process run, have something done offline? Do I still need to call into my relationship manager to make sure that can I place another order which is over my credit limit? So that is a feature which is being enabled on a lot of platforms. And subscriptions. Because by nature, B2B is repetitive ordering, right? By nature, every month, this is the volume of orders you're going to get. This is the volume of orders the user is going to actually, place on your system. Why not leverage subscriptions? Why not leverage something which automates the regular order placement? So that is something which, in what we've realized is with a lot of the B2B platforms that we've worked with, some form of subscription is coming into all the products. Not all products are mature, not all products are the same level in terms of their subscription capabilities, but that is something which is coming very strongly in all of the products. So at this point, my time's up. I'll pause for questions. Anybody has questions? Even if you want to have a discussion, we are outside at booth number 14. And we can talk about a lot of these things, how we have helped our customers succeed. So thank you for your attention today. Thanks.